Giving a live look high above Charlotte, North Carolina, around the pit boxes, around the front stretch, live and high above for the ISRL 200. for the Wise Owl Wash Cup Series powered by Flemdogs Racing League. Points and stats coming up at you. Lovely view from the MediaMob.com live cam.
Drivers in the line, 17 races on the clock. Monday nights we light it up, green flag rolling, never stop. Flemdogs Racing League, built for the chase, built for the fight. One season, one crown, every lap counts now. Hold your line, hear that sound. Flemdogs Racing League, Flemdogs Racing League. Take it home, Flemdogs Racing League. Flemdogs Racing League. Let's go! 17 races deep, every corner tells the truth. Slipstream, prayer, heartbreak, heat, old steel with a hungry groove. Wise Owl Wash on the Cup Series sign keeps the shine on the dream, keeps us ready every time. One crown in view, every point in play. Stay in the groove, don't fade away. Flemdogs Racing League. Go, go. Flemdogs Racing League. Go, go. Monday nights, we ride 40 strong, side by side. One season champion. Take it home, take it home. Flemdogs Racing League. Flemdogs Racing League. Let's go! When the white flag waves, we lean in close. Every heart in the room knows what it knows. One last push, one clean line. Wise Owl Wash, shining tonight. Flemdogs Racing League. Go, go! Flemdogs Racing League. Go, go! Monday nights, we ride 40 strong, side by side. One season champion. Take it home, take it home. Flemdogs Racing League. Flemdogs Racing League. Let's go!
And you know what, folks? I'll drink to that as we get this music back flowing here for Flemdogs Racing League, race 2 of 17. Ladies and gentlemen, race fans, internet degenerates, and everybody who watched week 1 and somehow thought, yeah, I need more of this in my life. Welcome back. It's week 2 of 17 for season 3 of the Wise Owl Wash Cup Series from the Flemdogs Racing League. And tonight, we're at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the ISRL 200, sponsored by Ryan Robertson. Last week at Chicagoland, Fortson Poston grabbed the win and walked away with 57 points, giving him an early 13-point lead over Joseph Mealy. 13 points after one race. Fortson, buddy, relax. We have 16 of these things left. And our sponsor tonight, Ryan Robertson, rolls into Charlotte, sitting 6th in points. So apparently strategy is simple. If you can't beat him, sponsor the race and hope for favorable officiating. Tonight we have 135 laps, the first stage ending at lap 30, 65% fuel, 5 extra sets of tires, and just one fast repair. Use it wisely, because Charlotte has a wonderful way of convincing drivers they can run side by side forever, right before somebody discovers the outside wall is undefeated. We've already got a championship battle forming, a bright red cut line making people nervous after 1 week, and 23 drivers who are about to spend the next couple hours arguing over 6 inches of virtual pavement. That's what she said. My name is Tom Torrey, a.k.a. Horseboat. You can find me on YouTube and on Twitch. Just look for X, Horseboat X. But right now, it's all about the Flemdogs Racing League, the Wise Owl Wash Cup Series, and the ISRL 200 at Charlotte. The cars are ready, the drivers are ready, and somewhere in this field, someone is already planning a 3-wide move that absolutely does not need to happen. Let's go racing to Charlotte, shall we? Again, welcome aboard. If you haven't been here before, I'm Tom Torrey, a.k.a. Horseboat, having a wonderful moment here this evening. Hopefully you guys are too. Again, trying to get over the Monday blues. I don't know if any of you guys, it was a rough Monday for me, but sky high on the MeandYourMom.com blimp cam. But before we get into qualifying, let's take a look at the points. I know you're desperate to know about the points. Like, man, give me that. Give me the points. Yes, looking into the points. Again, you see Joseph Mealy in second there. Fortson Poston has a decent lead, but again, we have 16 races left to go. Matthew Fleming, Thomas Meeks, Cody Keller, Ryan Robertson, Michael Lanfear, Jonathan Militia, Dylan Fee, and Justin Malarkey rounding out your top 10. Again, heavy braking. And, of course, my new album out there sponsoring this presentation for you. And then looking at the regular season here tonight, what we have down the road tonight, we have 135 laps at Charlotte, then 225 laps at North Wilkesboro, and then August 24th at Pocono. And rounding out the August calendar, or on the calendar, I should say, we end up in the great north at Michigan for 100 laps, August 31st. September looks like it's going to be cracking, but we're not going to get into that, I would say, just yet, as it is just about qualify time here at Charlotte. Again, 135 laps on the docket. Hopefully you'll stay awake for all of them here tonight. A big shout out to the ISRL Independent Sim Racing League, Ryan Robertson and company, for sponsoring this event. I know Matt and the gang over there at Flemdogs was super excited to get that and get a good sponsor for a great race. Again, if you weren't here for Chicagoland, last week was nutty to say the least. Great competitive racing. I want to say we expected Fortson to win because he had a strong car all night, but there was a couple other people, drivers you could say, that deserved the top spot. But Fortson coming away with victory number 1 in season 3. And we're going to get on to qualifying here in just a moment. All right, they just flipped over. Let's see what we got. Who are we going to get first out there? I think we're going to get this guy since I don't know who he is and he's brand new to me. Let's bring him in. The 48 machine of Juan Linares. I'm going to say it like that. Hopefully I don't get beaten up too bad for it. I believe he is new to the Wise Owl Wash Cup Series. He's having some issues, it looks like. Hope it's not me. Juan Linares, lap 1. See what you got. Coming off of 2, just nice and clean. Trying to get right up against that wall, going into 3 and dropping down low. Again, you want to say a half a car width up off the inside line. First lap for Juan Linares is going to be a 30-20. Ryan Robertson on the pole with a 30-05, and Travis Stroney with 30-06. Jason Blaney with a 30-06. 30-06, what do you want me to call it? You tell me. Juan doing all he can. Gain a little ground on this second lap. Into the travel in the front stretch, crosses the start-finish line. Juan, 30-22. Gonna shut it down and end up in 7th. 7th for Juan Linares. Let's go with last week's winner. Fortson posted. And Fortson having a solid run so far at Chicagoland. So I'm trying to get it out. He had trouble where he almost wrecked the car. Lost a lot of track position, but then came back and won the race. It was pretty miraculous. Hard to believe. But Fortson, very likable guy. Gonna go around lap number 1. Robertson still on the pole with a 30-05. Jason Blaney with 30-06. Let's see what Fortson Poston's got in the old car. Gonna run 1 lap. He's gonna get the pole. 29.98. Making the other drivers look a little slow. Wow. Gotta give it up to him. I mean, when you can drive, you can drive, and Fortson Poston, you can drive. Let's see if we can get him into the booth. Fortson, you got a copy, my man.
Yes, sir.
So we got a minute of qualifying left, and it just looks like you were knocked off the top spot with a 29.98. Fleming got you with a 29.92. Have a hellaciously fast car tonight. You think you can bring it going back-to-back?
I sure hope so. I think I've struggled here in the past with the long run, and tonight I think I have figured it out for the long run. Felt like I just saved a lot of tire running the higher line throughout the run. It's probably going to hurt me during the first part of the race and everybody's ripping that bottom, but like if we get 15 laps into a run, I will definitely be the fastest car on track tonight.
Well, you're on the front row. Congratulations to that. We'll see you in a couple minutes out there on the track.
Thank you, thank you.
You are welcome. Fortson Poston getting knocked off his horse. But nevertheless, going to start, looks like in third. Joseph Mealy coming through with a 29.93. Almost taking the pole from Matthew Fleming. So I am excited to get down to the grid walk and get this thing kicked off.
Stop it. Get some help.
Sure. Again, 135 laps on the docket, 65% fuel. First stage break is going to be at lap 30. Let's do the grid walk. On the front row and on the pole, the man, the myth, the legend, the Prez here at Flemdogs Racing League for the Waza Wash Cup Series. Matthew Fleming on the pole here tonight in the 88 Chevrolet. Outside of him, Joseph Mealy in the 39, fast as ever. Inside, row 2 is going to be the 12 of Fortson Post, and the outside of him, the race sponsor, the 45 of Ryan Robertson. Row 3, you're going to have the 22 of Jason Blaney and the 14 of Travis Stroney. In row 4, you have the 69 of Jonathan Militia and the 55 of Thomas Meeks III. In row 5, you have the 3 of Ira Kohlhaas and the 29 of Robert Hissong. In row 6, you're going to have, looks like, oh my goodness, everybody's screwing up my thing here. Going to have Austin Walton and Juan Linares. Good Lord, we're just not cooking. And then looks like Jackson West and Tyler Smith going to be in row 7. Row 8, you have the 38 of Nathan Line and the 2 of Cody Keller. Row 9, you have the 13 of Michael Lanfear and the 75 of Jason Blamille, if I'm saying that correctly. Looks like in the next row, row 10, the 09 of Derek Fee and the 25 of Paul Shaw. Looks like row 11, you have the 73 of Justin Malarkey and the 54 of Dakota Collins. In row 12, you have the 7 of Kerwin Marshall and the 10 of Scott Stockel. Then in row 13, the 1, Johnny Despasquale and the 23 of Nick Tirana. In row 14, you have Landon Bednars and Reese Kelva. Row 15, you have Wesley Jeanette in the 74 and the 81 of Cole Cannon. And last but not least, good old JP, Joshua Purcell. Again, exciting race action coming your way here in just a moment. And I'm excited to be able to bring this to you again live here at Charlotte. Race number 2 of 17. And we're about to kick this thing off. Truck getting ready to take a hike as he does. And here we go.
Green flag.
Green, green, green for the ISRL 200.
Should be a caution. Caution south. Get a look at your changes. Everything good?
Derek Fee and Scott Stockel. That's crap. Let's back that ass up and see what we can see. All right. Little checkup, and then 13 lost control, and a parking lot on the front stretch. Damn, girlfriend. Back it up again. Little checkup there. And he just, I don't know if he spun his tires. Thank goodness for fast repairs. But that is pretty ridiculous. Back that up one more time. Take another look at it here. And you see the 38 and the 13 look like they made contact. They're not sure. But then the cluster begins. And Charlotte starts off as Chicagoland ended with a bang. Some of these drivers going to need work already. Some of these guys probably have been here since the beginning of practice. Just to get wiped like that would be a little frustrating. You understand it to a certain degree of a guy getting the yips, like in baseball terms, where you're jumping a little bit. Tires are spinning. I don't know. Maybe you're a first timer in this league and you're trying to make a good impression and you suddenly just screw the pooch. That's definitely a possibility. with all involved in that one. I don't know if they're, some of them are maybe new. Some of them are not. Ira Kohlhaas looking sexy in that black and yellow Wrangler 3 Chevrolet. I'm going to root for that every time. Just a solid ski. Die in that hill. Well, while I've got a chance. Again, if you didn't catch the first episode, I would go back to their YouTube page and watch it. Heavy Braking, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. They do their podcast live, so you can check it out or watch it on the playback like we do here on the show. Gives you some sights and sounds and insight of drivers themselves, both Thomas Meeks, Cody Keller. Fantastic on that show. They're pretty good. I love their banter. Again, their sense of humor is right up my alley, so I've always appreciated anybody who shares that, similar humor style. But yeah, again, very informational if you're into the Wise Owl Watch Cup Series here. Or if you're a driver just wanting to geek out and learn more about what's going on inside or behind the scenes. Again, Heavy Braking. Check them out. Give them a follow. Again, if you like what you see here, I don't require you to subscribe. We'll hook your homie up. Horse Boat goes back to the stream. Okay, you don't need to sub. You don't need to do all that. If you want to donate, no obligation. We'll scan the QR code to pay your boy. Throw him a tip. Let me go get a breakfast sandwich. Let's re-rack and get back to green flag action. Matthew Fleming, Joseph Mealy, Fortson Poston, Ryan Robertson, Jason Blaney in the 22. That's going to be weird for me for a little while. Travis Stroney in the 14, the 55 of Thomas Meeks the third, Jonathan Militia, Robert Hissong, and Ira Kohlhaas. Rounding out that top 10. Got Juan Linares right there too, Austin Walton, Jackson West. And we've got bullshit with Jackson West. As soon as I said his name, what just happened?
Hold the one to go. No go.
Oh! And that Heat Wave 6 takes Derek Fee is just getting his ass kicked tonight. He is 2 for 2 in incidents involved. We'll play that back one more time so you guys can see this, but oh dear Lord. New league jitters or new league jitters? You tell me. Bless their hearts. They're doing the best they can.
You've been meatballed.
It's like, what are you doing? A lot of questions I have. Looks like they've gotten to re-rack, and we're going to try to replay this again. I didn't bring enough beer for this. Kidding aside. We're getting ready to go again. A couple guys just joined recently. I'm sure they're just amped up, ready to go. As I was last week, I was pretty amped, I'm not going to lie. Getting back into the broadcast thing takes a certain level of willpower. I feel like we're there. Ace truck. I'm going to say I need some gas.
Green flag.
And we are going to go back to green flag racing here at Charlotte. See how they do. Everybody seems to be okay. Cars getting up to speed, jockeying for position. See Fleming out there with a sizable lead for the car. But Fortson, Mealy, looks like Blaney and Robertson, your top five. Is right on board with our race sponsor, Ryan Robertson. Ladies, Ryan Robertson is single. Makes good money, and he loves you long time. Getting to know Jason Blaney personally right now as they're battling for fourth. Stroney to the inside of Militia, and that is for sixth. Casey Robbins, I'm just reading your message saying, holy hell, the YouTube stream. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. You know. You have Fleming, Poston, Mealy, Blaney, and Robertson, your top five right now. Take a look a little bit further back. Tyler Smith and Nick Tarana going toe-to-toe. Wesley Jeanette right there as well. Looks like Jackson West has his car under control now. Everybody seems to be having a good time. And scanning the track as we do. Oh, Jackson West in the wall. Making friends fast. With other cars in the wall with that beautiful 6 car. Hopefully he can keep that straight here tonight. Maybe crack a top 10. That would be a good start here for Jackson. Oh, somebody stepping out of line back here. Right on board with the deuce of Cody Keller. Again, one of the hosts on Heavy Braking. Riding alongside Landon Bednar's in that 16. Again, reminder out there, stage break is at lap 30. Keep that in your back pocket. I think some of these guys right now are just trying to take it easy. Not trying to do too much. Right on board with Landon Bednar. Riding close behind Tyler Smith. Having a good run so far. He's currently running 20, but you know, it's all good in the hood. Let's move up because we have ourselves a lead change on the outside. Fortson Poston goes. Fleming fighting back on the outside. They are 2 by 2. Coming out of 2, and then Fleming ducks back behind Fortson. Fortson led a lot of laps. I don't know immediately off the top of my head how many laps, but he led a lot of laps at Chicagoland last week and has been a fast car since he has stepped foot out here in the Wise Owl Wash Cup Series.
Caution's out.
And we have another
Hey man, your
caution.
mic
Paul Shaw
sounds like it's a little far away from your
crashed.
mouth again. Just double check that point.
See what the hell happened to him. Let's back that ass up and see what we can see. Oh, he went for a little ride. Him and the one. Who is the one? Looks like Johnny De Pasquale. Pasquale? We'll see what happened here. Oh, yeah, they connected. The one car able to get back out there. And we have an additional incident on top of this one, so we're going to check this out one more time. But I see Jackson West, Scott Stockel again, and Michael Landfear in an accident. So we're going to check this out one more time from the blimp cam, meandyourmom.com. And they get wet and wild. Both able to keep it together for the most part. Let's see what happened with Jackson West here. This may have been a nothing burger. No, it definitely is not. Nick Tarana involved here. Just throwing him into the wall. And then we've got action behind them. Holy shit. What is going on? All right. We're going to back it up a little further. Oh, okay. So we got a little check up here with the yellow flag. Everybody's like yellow, yellow, yellow. They're trying to get down to speed. And this daisy chain, boom. You got to be kidding me, folks. Is this like an online lobby? Is like one of these like ranked lobbies? Because I swear to God, this shit happens more times than I like to admit. But Michael Landfear getting the business. I'm just going to be straight up. Just getting the absolute business from the 7 car. Kerwin Marshall says, bye-bye. I have better things to do than wait for you.
Oh, hey, fuck you.
That's how I would feel. This is out of control. Fucking heat-seeking missile is right. I don't think I have enough beer for this. Now I'm being serious. But Fortson Poston and Matthew Fleming out in front. I don't think that's going to change for the foreseeable future if the race goes like this. They still have to get to their stage break. They're going to probably get to the one to go here pretty quickly. It's unfortunate. You don't like to see this stuff this early on in a race. It's usually pretty competitive. It's pretty fierce. But this is some rudimentary stuff that they could avoid. And hopefully these drivers can pick it up. I know that they can. Fortson Poston and Matthew Fleming going to be on that front row with Joseph Mealy and Jason Blaney. Jonathan Militia and Ryan Robertson are row 3, with row 4 being Travis Stroney and Robert Hassong. And rounding out our top 10 is going to be Thomas Meeks the third and the 17 of Austin Walton. Again, Fortson Poston winning the Season 3 opener last week. Told us on the pre-show he thinks he could go back-to-back. And I don't doubt him. He's got skills, man. The kid is just, he was really good on console. I remember him when he was, a lot younger. Played on console, was really quick on console. Finally, people convinced him to make the jump to come to iRacing and on PC, and I'm so glad that he did, because he's going to lead us down here in the restart zone.
Green flag.
For the restart of the ISRL 200, and in the wall, head first he goes!
Caution's out. Yeah, did my radio sound bad out there?
Criminy, folks. I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't even know. Like, I really hope this is not going to be the whole show, because I'm going to run out of my material real quick. Oh. Yeah, and you see 7-3 eating shit. Let's just go back to this. I want to see a little bit more if we can. This is a terrible view. All right, this is probably the best view we're going to get And I believe Mealy was just on that bumper. Let's ride on board with Mealy. That is pretty bad. That just talking so good about Force, and I feel like I jinxed him. But they were trying to get the speed there, and he just ate the wall. Malarkey, Forts and Poston, and Thomas Meeks directly involved, but I know Ira Kohlhaas received some damage, as did the 29 of Robert Hassong. A lot of people affected by that. Joseph Mealy, however, sits high above. I'm sure that wasn't on purpose, right? But still. Damn. We already got 3 cautions here inside 20 laps, I believe. We're going to take 30 seconds as they get their shit together. Against the ISRL 200 here at Charlotte, right here on the Horseboat Network.
And it's gone.
Do you need me out there? You need my assistance.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
The ISRL 200 here at Charlotte for the Wise Owl Wash Cup Series, powered by Flemdogs Racing League. Only here all season long on the Horseboat Network, streaming to you live on YouTube and Twitch. Sometimes I post clips up on TikTok. I used to do the TikToks, but they run their own platform, and it's just a resource hog. I'm just going to be real with y'all. But we got Joseph Mealy, Jonathan Militia, Matthew Fleming, Jason Blaney, Ryan Robertson, Travis Stroney, Austin Walton, Ira Kohlhaas, Nathan Line, and Juan Linares, bringing us back here from caution. Robin Tyler, green. Let's tighten up as they get back to green flag action. And only a few more laps before the stage break. 8 points on the line coming at you right now. Oh, you see Linares.
Caution's out. Caution's out. Be ready with, there you go. Be ready with that brake clean and stuff, guys. Your blower, they're going to drop down some oil dry here, I'm sure.
Wow. Let's back that ass up and see what we can see on the Wise Owl Wash Cup Series instant replay. And it looks like Landon Bednarz and Juan Linares got to know each other pretty intimately. Let's find out how close. You ask yourself, Horseboat, how close, Horseboat? How close are we talking? You know, we can find out together.
Just
just a bit outside.
Thought he had it. Nope. 4. Oh, and the 6. 6 does not know the brake pedal from wiping his own ass. It seems like you gotta be kidding me right now. This kid comes in out of nowhere. Just smokes the 48. I got to run it back because it's just, I feel bad for Juan here. Again, it was a mistake. But Jackson West really makes him pay for it. Again, we'll look at it one more time. He was already getting loose, going across the nose of Landon Bednarz. He was trying to kick it out, do something good. But, you know, it's a product of his own creation here. And then West looks like he had nowhere to go. Or not nowhere to go. He just went up right up in him. Let's see what happened to West here, because I would love to know. All right, Jackson's working that high side. Oh, he just rode it up. Yeah. Maybe he was thinking that car was going to come down. Lord knows what was on the mind.
The cream of the crop!
But the battle of attrition lives on. And it doesn't seem like any part of the field is safe. So Joseph Mealy, Matthew Fleming in row 1, Jonathan Militia and Jason Blaney row 2, Austin Walton and Ryan Robertson row 3 with Nathan Line and Justin Blamille in row 4. In row 5, we have Travis Stroney and Ira Kohlhaas rounding out your top 10. Biggest mover of the night so far is Joshua Purcell. Again, started in last. Looking at that 57 machine, that Wreck-It Ralph style number 57. Moved up 19 spots from where he began, and he's up to 12th right now. Mealy and Fleming ready to lead it off and hopefully get some laps in. That's what we can hope for.
Green flag.
And we are green flag racing yet again. Stage points. See Jonathan Militia making it now. Oh, almost running across the nose of the 88 of Matthew Fleming. They are jockeying for position. momentum as he probably wished he would. Joseph Mealy leading us down the way.
Caution.
And he is going to be
Did a good job, bud. Tell me what you got quickly.
Winner. Again, big winner, big cheese. And having a solid run here so far here tonight. And it looks like he's not in a voice chat. Otherwise, I'd pull him in real quick to give him a little congrats pat on the back. But I don't believe he is in a chat, so I can't help you with that.
Bitch, pop that ass, come to green.
Don't know what happened there. Would love to get some green flag action in. Again, Joseph Mealy tonight, your stage winner for the stage portion of this race. Again, don't forget. Looks like, oh man, I didn't provide it. Damn it. I'm terrible with it. But the ISRL comes back September 1st, Tuesday, September 1st. So you're going to get a lot of back-to-backs with me. Monday and Tuesday nights from now on here, starting September 1st and throughout the end of the year. Again, we are in, I know it's time for broadcast season when football season comes rolling back around. I usually get asked to do it, and man, it's been a fun time being able to put this all together. Again, Fortson Poston looks like leading the group. Again, strategy at play, especially with all these cautions. You really don't know what they might be doing. They might be pitting this lap around, which I'm assuming that's what they're doing. Looks like Fortson last pit at 20. But folks, let's get real. We need to get some green flag laps in here tonight if we want to stay awake throughout. Could very well be a lot of nerves. I could see that. And I wouldn't blame them if they did. And nobody's harping. We just want to see some good racing. That's all. Again, enjoy Flemdogs Racing League action all season long right here in Horseboat. And you see it on YouTube or Twitch. And then before we get too far away from it, we've got too many things here. Again, one more time, bring it in heavy braking every Wednesday. Again, this week is Wednesday, August 12th, 9 p.m. Eastern, doing a live show. I certainly will be tuning in. Hopefully you will too. Again, give them a follow, give them a like if you like this league, want to know more about it, want to know what goes inside the minds of a Wise Owl Wash Cup Series driver. Heavy braking is where it's at. Again, every Wednesday, all season long. Bringing it back, you have Fortson Poston, Tyler Smith, Nick Tarana, Juan Linares, Derek Fee, Joseph Mealy, Matthew Fleming, Jason Blaney, Austin Walton, and Ryan Robertson coming out of this stage.
Thank you!
And hopefully we can see some green flag stops. Your pace truck is off. And you know what that means, boys and girls? That means it's back to green flag action.
Green flag.
The restart zone. No crash this time for Fortson Poston. Got that fast pair, got back out on track, and he is now leading the race yet again. everybody else 2 by 2. Serrano now separating himself from the group. Juan Linares was in some trouble, persevered, back up inside the top 5 right now. And Derek Fee, hopefully I'm saying that right, or Phi. I always want to say Phi like pie, you know what I mean? F-I-E, Phi. I'm going to say Derek Phi, I'm going with that until I'm correct. All right, boys and girls, we're going to do it. Tyler Smith, though, making his way, trying to go to the inside. Gonna stay there, gonna grow along inside, gain that speed to the inside of Forts and Post. Post is dedicated to that high line here so far. We'll let them battle it out amongst themselves. Let's look a little bit further back in the pack. You see Linares, you got Phi, you got Fleming. Oh, shit! You got Blaney and Robertson. Robertson smacking the wall. Robertson, I think got some bad luck. Got bad share of the dice. What could have been an accident was saved by the driving and execution of Brian Robertson and company. But this is a battle that you're looking at here for 5th on back. Juan Linares is leading it with 4th right there in the 48 car, and then those machines. Everybody else is game. Fair game. They might be bouncing off the wall, but they're keeping it together. That's what we like to see. 17 to the inside of the 88. That is awesome. Quite the view. Feel like I'm a cat on a dashboard. All right, moving on. Some good action there, I will say. Let's move on back a little bit further. We've got Nathan and Dakota Collins. And that's Flemdogs 54 car. Right on board with him. Kansas City, Kansas. I don't know how I would feel if I lived in a place like if I lived in Wisconsin, Wisconsin. Depends on how you look at it. Tyler Smith is your new leader, which is not weird. But Poston says, hold my beer. Oh, what the hell just happened? We got a caution.
Clear stuff, clear ahead.
Something clearly transpired that we missed. Because I guess I'm speculating. I shouldn't do that, but let's back that ass up. Looks like Stroney crashed as well. What is going on? All right, let's see what's going on here. We're going to back it up a little further because I don't know if something happened. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to figure it out. Could have been netcode. I mean, it could have been a lot of things. I'm trying to watch and see. He got a run. Went to the inside. Oh, they just got connected. Forts and Post and rolling the dice. Shooting a 7 and craps out. See what the fuck happened to Stroney. What happened to this guy? Oh shit. Well, I mean, I guess it wasn't too bad. Well, let's hold the phone. All right, I think he's good there. But that was definitely self-made by Forts and Post and catching Tyler Smith. He's catching a stray. in that whole exchange,
Stop it. Get some help.
yeah, I mean, if I was posting, I'd be like, brother, you gotta chill down.
You're
You gotta chill out.
You're a big, fat,
Chill
curly-headed
down.
fuck.
I don't even. Yeah. Nick Tirana, your new leader. Joseph Mealy, Juan Linares, Matthew Fleming, and Jason Blaney. Getting ready to go back to green flag action. They're going to go one more time around, apparently. And take one more look at the points while we have time to do it. You got Poston and Mealy right there coming into tonight with Fleming, Meeks, Keller, and Robertson. Again, only one race in. There's going to be a lot of movement as we move week to week. But genuinely speaking, I have a feeling it's going to be a tight race throughout the season, all year long. There's going to be about 5 or 6 guys that you're going to see, knock on wood, barring any, unfavorable, fortune their way, they're going to be able to compete and contend all year long and make it to the end. And that's what you love to see. But yeah, there you go for your points. And then what you get to look forward to next week. You have 225 laps at North Wilkesboro. Looks like 80 laps at Pocono. 100 laps at Michigan, and then WWT. And then the Roval, we come back here. And then Martinsville to close out September. Man, back to back. Those 2 races on the schedule there are going to be nutty. And I hope you're going to be here for it. We'd love to have you. Again, on the restart now, you're looking at Joseph Mealy, Nick Tirana in control. Juan Linares and Matthew Fleming, Jason Blaney, Austin Walton, Wesley Jeanette, Derek Fye, Johnny DiPasquale, and Landon Bednars rounding out your top 10.
Green, green, green.
And we are back green for the ISRL 200. Just inside of 90 laps to go. A good amount of green flag racing from here on out. Let's try to do it, folks. I was going to wait to bring it back, but I'm going to do it now. Loose and Loud. You may have heard of it. It is like the Foxes Crank It Up, but for copyright reasons and infringement, we are Loose and Loud. Loose and Loud coming at you right now.
Caution's out. One thing for sure, everybody on the racetrack will be pissed off at somebody else on the racetrack before this race is over with.
Bringing you back out of that loose and loud. Riding on board with Cody Keller, loves double fisting. Oh, all right, Beers, he loves double fisting Beers, good for him. But we saw that crash live on his onboard. Let's see exactly what transpired there as we back that ass up, see what we can see. And as we can already see, you have 3 cars, 3 wide. So you have the 17, the 69, the 54 with the Deuce watching. We checked in just in perfect timing. God, it's too far away. That's bullshit. But it looks like either way, Landfear and Militia get into it. Like on Facebook Marketplace, is this for sale? And then Landfear just gets screwed over and nose first in the wall. His night is clearly done. The 10 of Scott Stockel trying to stay alive. Let's see how he perseveres through it. You see Tyler Smith, Travis Stroney, Cole Connor, I think, is that his name? Cole Cannon up there in the 81 Pepsi. Just finding out how to best hug the backstretch wall. Holy cow, ladies and gentlemen. That was a biggin. That was a biggin. Again, in the loose and loud, I was scared to do it for that reason. But we did it. We made it through. Still a little bit scared about doing it again. Wesley Jeanette looks like is going to persevere and be the leader for the moment. We'll see how that works out for them. Got Justin Malarkey out there in the 73. That's crazy. The 74 and the 73 out there, 1 and 2. That's pretty cool. See Kerwin Marshall, Jason Blamille, hopefully I'm saying that right, Joseph Mealy, and Jason Blaney. I'll tell you, this is probably one of the most challenging leagues with names to pronounce. I know there's probably harder ones out there. But, yeah, it's a good challenge. I enjoy it. Pretty funny. Again, North Wilkesboro should be a doozy next week. Hopefully these guys put a little bit of practice in, get ready to rumble. But on our top 10 is as follows. Wesley Jeanette and Justin Malarkey, Jason Blamille and Kerwin Marshall, Jason Blaney and Joseph Mealy, Matthew Fleming and Nick Tarana, with Juan Linares and Derek Fye. Again, we tried to do a loose and loud, but we can't have nice things, so I had to pull it back. I know you guys just love hearing my voice all the time. But, you know, gotta rest it. But the 74 having control in the restart zone. Malarkey to follow.
Green flag.
And we are back at it. Green for the ISRL 200. Hopefully everybody can play nice here. Oh, banging for second place. That's what he said. Who gets to hold the camera?
Thank you!
But we have pressure. Kerwin Marshall pressure in that Bass Pro Shop 7. Jason Blaney to the inside of the 75. Jeanette all out on their own at the moment. See Matthew Fleming right there in 7th. It's right on board with the Flemdogs. 88. Oh, he loves double fisting beers too. That's pretty funny. Sorry about that. Fleming catching a stray. Nathan Line into 38 right there in 14th. Trying to close the door. Can't quite do it. That 4 of Reese Kelva right there. Front of line, you got Dakota Collins and Landon Bednarz with Juan Lanate. Got the 1 of Johnny Di Pasquale. I'll learn it as we go. Right on board with Johnny. Oh, to the inside goes the 1 machine. Looks like Travis Stroney and Paul Shaw crashed. Let's see what happened here. It looks like everybody stayed green. Yeah, they all realized they had to get going. Everybody was fine. But the damage was done. Jackson West coming out too. Crazy we missed that. Glad I have my little events calendar pop up there for me. It's pretty nice. A little over 50 laps into this thing. Feels like we can log some laps now. 60 laps in. Give me a little track map where these cars are right now. Kind of give you an idea of where everybody's at on the track. And we'll use this more at road courses and things of that nature. But it's always good, especially a longer green flag run, maybe to know who's where.
Caution. All right, save your stuff, save a little fuel.
We got some more action. Crash Central Forts and Poston, and I think that might just be the one. Good gravy. Bednars. Oh, shit. I didn't see how violent that was. You got Marshall. Looks like the 54 of Collins. You got Bednars involved in that. But that was a violent one. Oof. Oof. Just caught Poston. Poston, I think, is going to be able to continue. But everybody else in that crash either going to have to tow or just feel the burn, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, Marshall giving Bednars a tap. Collins eating that. 17 as well of Austin Walton involved. And that is just a bummer. Again, we'll go run that back one more time. Just watch how that car snaps back. Wow. Pretty jarring. Ryan Ryanson. Woo. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Go Ryan Ryanson. Yet another caution here tonight. About 66 laps in, I want to say. I might be lying to you. But all we're cheering for tonight would be...
Bitch, pop that ass, come to green.
That's what we want. But Charlotte has been a difficult one tonight, it would seem, for some of these guys. Jackson West getting a lap back here. Again, the ISRL sponsored by Ryan Robertson here. Again, owner of the Independent Sim Racing League, starting on September 1st. Let's see if we can bring him in for a little 30-second plug. Ryan, you got me?
Yeah, I do, sir.
Hey, man, I know you just are dealing with some stuff here, but talking about the ISRL premiering September 1st, how are you feeling? What's the field look like?
We're feeling good, man. We've, taken a little bit of a break since your last broadcast with us. But we've been getting things together. Have a lot of new cool ideas that we've already premiered. Should be a good season. So, definitely looking forward to it. A lot of people here in this league, will end up being in ours as well. So people will get to see them twice a week.
Yeah, I mean, twice a week. Isn't that twice as nice for everyone to share in that? How many people do you have left? How many roster slots you got open?
Right now we only have two full-time slots out of 40, so we filled up pretty quick, just with 3 weeks to go. So it's very limited, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it is a hot ticket. Again, Ryan, we'll let you get back to racing, but want to give you a little plug since you're sponsoring the race.
Appreciate it, Tom. Thanks, buddy.
You are welcome. Again, the ISRL starting September 1st right here on the Horseboat Network. Got to tune in for that. We got Joseph Mealy, Jason Blaney, Matthew Fleming, Nick Tirana, Thomas Meeks, Johnny Dispasquale, Juan Linares, Jonathan Militia, Cody Keller, and Nathan Line as we get back to it. Looking at many different screens, trying to process and speak English at the same time. That's okay. Pace truck is going to show us the way and is going to dip. Blaney and Mealy going to kick us off here for this restart.
Green flag.
All right, so we get back to lap 69 of 135. Little over halfway home. And I'm sure nobody expected this amount of action this early on into the race. And, I am shocked that some of these drivers are still out here and competitive, if we're being real with one another. Looks like Fortson Post and his day might be done. Behind the wall is the 12. Hopefully he can get back out there, but losing precious time. Biggest mover of the night right now is the number 23 of Nick Tirana. Tirana started all the way in 26, has worked his way up into 5th. Do the math, 21 spots up from where he began. Has put on quite a clinic here tonight. Guy that definitely likes Charlotte. Jonathan Militia has been riding, I would imagine, moving under the radar. We have another
Any comments there, bud?
caution. Tyler Smith finding the wall and exiting out. Let's see what happened here with Tyler. Tried to re-enter on the track like a jackass. I'm just being real. Like, dude, like, come on. Okay, like, I get it. I shouldn't say like a jackass. It's being mean, but come on now. You got ran into, which I understand, man, but slow it down. You're going to lose track position. Trying to come up back into traffic at the end of the tri-oval, entering 1 is probably not on the top 5 of where I would re-enter on the front stretch. I'd go probably in the pit lane and be like, black flag, clear me, man. I know that's a risk, but damn, son. Getting Cole Cannon involved in that one. But Tyler Smith will rebound. He's tough. He's strong. He'll find a way. He's talented. And it looks like we are going to have pit stops. Some people staying out. Some people buying in. Looks like Poston right there. Getting that damage repaired. Trying to log as many laps as he possibly can. Here we go with the pit stop. Mealy out first, followed by Jason Blaney. But leading the group right now, again, is Nick Tirana. Now, I don't mean to give anybody's position away because that's not my job. But he is the last guy to pit out of all of these folks. And he's on the oldest tires. So maybe he's looking for a competitive edge here later in the race. I am not sure of that. But you can draw your own conclusions to that. Again, if you're hanging out there in Viewerland, I appreciate you sticking with us. I know they would have hoped for a little bit better here, but they're doing all right. I mean, these guys are still getting used to each other. It's a new season, a new group of people. You just added some people late here coming into tonight's race. It's going to take a minute for all these guys to mesh. So I think you can understand to a certain degree. But I know all these drivers would hope for more green flag laps. And I know we're going to get them later in the season. I have a good feeling about it. And let's try to get back to some green flag racing. Nick Tirana's going to go to the outside. It's going to give Justin Malarkey a chance for the inside. Row 2, you got Jason Blamille. Outside him, going to be Ryan Robertson. Then you have Wesley Jeanette and Derek Fye. Travis Stroney, Paul Shaw, Joseph Mealy, and Kerwin Marshall rounding out your top 10. In North Wilkesboro, if this is any indication of what that could be, I'm excitedly nervous about it. I hope a little practice goes into it. Now, granted, I am just absolute dog water at North Wilkesboro. Let's give me a street stock or a late model. I'm all right with those, but these cars probably not my cup of tea. Pace truck is off. Restart zone is active. 23
Green
having
flag.
the right of way. Here we go. Back to it. Green flag action. 2 Red Bull cars on the outside. 2 Red Bull cars with a great start. Malarkey, though, hanging around, trying to break this group up. Oh, Ryan Robertson, I think gets into Malarkey. They're going to stay green. Holy shit. We got to go back. He is just dogging it. I have to click back. I don't know what else to do. And just kabam. Good golly. And you got to feel for him, right? Like, dude, trying to run a race here and just gets the dog shit beat out of him. Ryan Robertson, your new leader out in front here at Charlotte. Chased by Tarana, Blamille, and Jeanette. Kerwin Marshall, and that's 7. Bass Pro Shops, Tracker, Chevrolet. Got Stroney back up here, riding on board with that burnt rubber number 14. Looks like a challenge from Matt Fleming. Gonna succeed for the pass. Got Militia and Meeks on his rear bumper, so he's got a lot of pressure riding there in traffic. And let's try this shit again with a loose and loud. See if y'all enjoy.
Caution's out. All right, buddy, you had a couple laps by yourself there. How'd it feel?
Bringing you back in now. Looks like we have ourselves a caution. Johnny DePasquale crash. Let's back that ass up and see what we can see on the Wise Owl Wash Cup Series replay. That one car. Pay attention to him. Let's see what happened. Oh, Kerwin Marshall providing more entertainment for us coming out of 4. Scott Stockel involved, Paul Shaw, Ira Kohlhaas, Nick Tarana, all involved in this dust-up. Yeah, Marshall just, car control looks like to be an issue for him. Hopefully they can figure this out. DePasquale, I think, just wrong place, wrong time. Tirana, same effect there. If Marshall didn't have anybody around him, we wouldn't be talking. But it happened. It's unfortunate, but that is part of the program. You got Ryan Robertson, your current leader, with Wesley Jeanette, Jason Blaney, Joseph Mealy, and Matthew Fleming, your top 5 currently. Looks like everybody's going to stay out. Should take that down. There we go. Take out that loose and loud. You're back from that. One more plug here for the end of the race. I'll plug in one more time after that. Again, Thomas Meeks, Cody Keller, host of Heavy Braking, live every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Tune in for the podcast. Otherwise, you can watch it on the playback or listen on the playback wherever podcasts are being streamed. I am told you could find it on the Russian websites. I don't recommend it, but you could try. But again, if you're into Flemdogs Racing League, the Wise Owl Wash Cup Series, tune on in, get some insight from some guys that were actually in the race. Again, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Looks like Robertson has chose the outside line to restart. Next to him is going to be Wesley Jeanette, and then you have Jason Blaney and Joseph Mealy, row 2. Row 3, you have Matthew Fleming and Jonathan Militia. Row 4, you have Thomas Meeks III and Nathan Line, and rounding out your top 10, Cody Keller and Derek 5. All right, again, the 45 Red Bull machine is going to have the right of way, going to lead us off in the restart zone.
Thank you!
Pace truck is off, going to need some new tires after this one.
Green flag.
And we are green, back at it for the ISRL 200. We've got just utter craziness here. And I was noticing that black and Red Deuce in the top 10 while I was talking there on the restart. Robertson leading the way. 91 of 135 in the bag. Getting down to 40 laps to go before the end of this one. And it has been a rompus here at Charlotte. Inside is Jason Blaney in that double deuce. Ford Mustang, and he's going to take the lead. Robertson doesn't want to let him close the door as he fights back on the outside. And you get such a run going the inside. But as you come out of each corner, that outside line just charges right back. And that's the standard for most of these tracks that we'll go to this season. You can make that outside line work. I shouldn't say most of the tracks. A lot of the tracks that you'll see. But these guys are battling and dueling it out right now. Using up their stuff, trying not to junk it. Like Blaney just did.
Caution, caution. Do you need anything to drink or anything like that?
Something happened to Blaney's car, not sure what. Something is going on with the 22 machine. Looks like he was able to get it back going again, but man. And it looks like the trouble just started coming out of 2. He rode up high, got a little loose, broke it open, and then swung back and boom, locked him up. Trying to get out of everybody's way. Everybody did a pretty good job for the most part. Looks like Bednar is getting a little bit of that. Yeah, just clipping him. And then getting into the grass and then upwards. Oh, Bednar's. 57 involved as well. Josh Purcell. See Reese Kelva. See what happened to Reese. Oh, he was already backwards. Oh no. Just clipping each other and we've got more, so don't worry, we've got more. Looks like Militia and Jackson West. Boom! Oh no! Oh no. I would be straight pissed just going in there and just, just all of a sudden you're just like,
oh, hey, fuck you.
You know what I mean? That's brutal, guys. I don't even know what to say. This has been quite the interesting race here tonight. Albeit not the first one that I've seen go this way before. I've been unfortunately a spectator to a few of these in my day. But don't worry, folks. We'll get through it. We'll get through it together. It's a good group. It's a great driving force, driving league, racing league. Trying to find the right words. It's not really coming out, but they are a good racing league. As I mentioned earlier, probably a couple times in the show, they had some guys join up. Austin Walton said, what a terrible setup and race. Yeah, I heard that setup was not perfect. I know it was kind of a tough one there. But again, these drivers are good, so don't let it dictate what you think of what's going on the rest of the year. North Wilkesboro is up next week, and I know these guys are going to kill that. Nathan Line, Derek Fye leading us off in row 1. Row 2, you have Ryan Robertson and Matthew Fleming. Joseph Mealy and Cody Keller, row 3. Row 4 being Thomas Meeks III and Kerwin Marshall. And then row 5 is Scott Stockel and Johnny DePasquale. Again, not a perfect stream, not a perfect race here tonight, but that's all right. Charlotte sometimes does you dirty, and, you know, we totally get it. I get it. All right, as we get set to go back to green flag racing. Restart is sponsored by our boys at Heavy Braking. Again, give them a follow on YouTube. Great talk, great insight. Good group of dudes to know. And the 38 leading us off, Nathan Line.
Green flag.
First in line as he leads us back off for the ISRL 200. Again, 97 laps in the bag. Line with a few car lengths on the rest of the field. Ryan Robertson coming. Ryan Robertson to the inside of the 09 of Derek Fye. Back here is where the action is happening. Kerwin Marshall. Hanging around in that 7 car in 8th position. Cody Keller, Thomas Meeks. Nose to tail. Side by side, here they come. 1 car trying to look the inside of the 2 car. Going to take another half a lap or so if he chooses to try to advance. There he goes. He's trying to take a shot right now. Crawling up side by side. Keller getting way high. And Robertson passing Nathan Line for the lead. Again, less than 35 laps to go to the end of this one. Flagship really packing the house here in the top 10. Again, your top 10 looks like this. You have Ryan Robertson, Nathan Line, Matthew Fleming, Joseph Mealy, Thomas Meeks III, Derek Fye, Cody Keller, Johnny DePasquale, Kerwin Marshall, and Wesley Jeanette. 3 wide for the 109 and 7. Kerwin says, I'm having nothing of it. 74 says, let me in. You have to appreciate the cojones of what it takes to go 3 wide, especially at Charlotte. Track you can do it at, but man, you better hope the guys around you, guys and gals around you, have that wherewithal and control to maintain their composure and their line. It's a lot of work. It's not as easy as just driving a car to work. Oh, Cody Keller.
There will be a caution. Left, safe fuel.
Cody Keller gets turned around and thrown into the wall. And that was just utter indecency. Let's back that ass up and see what we can see. Excuse me. Yeah, and that was the 38 car of Nathan Line. It just got tagged. Everybody else seems to keep it together. Limited damage for the two of them, but maybe they have a fast repair. Maybe they don't. Let's back it up one more time and see what we can see. You know, Johnny's got to feel lucky in that one car to not get involved or try to make it 3 wide. He would have ate it all right there with him. And a lot of stuff with Kerwin Marshall down at that bottom line underneath the blue on the backstretch. That could have been more, but it wasn't, which is good. Heads up from them. But as you can see, the 2 and the 38 going to go down into pit lane. Ryan Robertson out in front. Nick Tirana getting a lap back, trying to compete towards the end. Again, give you guys another look at the schedule. Took me a minute to pull that up. Sorry about that. But again, you have tonight at Charlotte and then next week at North Wilkesboro, which is a night race. And then Pocono for 80 laps. And then the Michigan WWT and the Roval with Martinsville to close out September. October looks pretty gnarly as well with Old Atlanta, Talladega, and Richmond. With November heating up for the chase. With the final regular season matchup November 2nd at Darlington. Then you head into Daytona, Watkins Glen, Kansas. Man. Yeah, you got Daytona, Phoenix, Watkins Glen, Iowa, and then to end it with Kansas December 7th. So many banger courses towards the end of the season. We can wait to get there, shall we? Ryan Robertson in the 45 going to lead us off yet again on this next restart. To the inside of him is going to be Matthew Fleming. Row 2, you're going to have Thomas Meeks III and Joseph Mealy. Row 3, you're going to have Wesley Jeanette in the 74 and the 1 of Johnny D. Pasquale. In row 4, you have the 7 of Kerwin Marshall and the 13 of Michael Lanfear. And rounding out your top 10, Robert Hissong in the 29 and the 25 of Paul Shaw. Wait, Ryan Ryanson is winning. Yes, share it with the world. Ryan Ryanson is winning and in contention for this race. Knock on wood. Again, pull out all the good luck charms you got. Mr. Ryanson could definitely come back here tonight.
Green flag.
And we are back to green flag action. Sorry about that. Got distracted there. Robertson, Meeks, Fleming, Mealy, and D. Pasquale, your top 5. Meeks trying to get in there, get in the end zone, get a win. as we are nearing 25 laps to go to the end of this contest. It's been a long one here tonight, folks. Glad that y'all are around hanging out with me. Again, a little over 10 o'clock on the eastern seaboard. Time to get to bed, get back to work in the morning. But we are counting down the laps here, folks. Don't know what happened there. We got Robertson, Meeks, Fleming, Mealy, and D. Pasquale, your top five. Let's ride on board with Robertson. Again, out in front.
Yellow.
And another yellow here. Not sure exactly what has transpired. Kerwin Marshall looking a little guilty. Cole Cannon as well getting in trouble. Looks like this one's on him. Okay. Looks like we already got smoke with Kerwin. Yeah, Kerwin Marshall. And I'm just going to say it. It looks like a problem. It just looks like a problem. Maybe I'm just speculating. Maybe he did cause this crash. Maybe I'm just full of malarkey. Not just a malarkey. We got Landfear giving a little competitive edge here to the inside. Yeah, he just bounces off the wall. You know, and it looks like Blaney got into him too, and Landfear just getting a little piece of that. Yeah, Landfear gets a little hit from Blaney. So Marshall not on the hook for that one. Off the hook. Just been seeing a lot of that Bass Pro Shops number 7 tonight. And not for great reasons. Let's take a look at Jason Blaney. Looks like he's crashed again. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, man. Thomas Meeks, your leader now with a bunch of cars going into pit right now. Looks like Robertson and company are out there. Getting tires, hopefully for the last time. Fuel for hopefully the last time. Thomas Meeks going to soak in the sun here while he can for the moment.
The cream of the crop!
But Meeks, it wouldn't surprise me if he could pull this one out, but I imagine he may pit. We'll see. We'll see. He last pit lap 94, so he might be good. Question is, do you want new tires? Let's see what his answer is. It's a big NO. UTRRC says pullout game weak. I mean, if it's like that, he should be having multiple children. Yikes, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Always use protection. Thomas Meeks and Johnny D. Pasquale going to be 1 and 2 in row 1. Row 2, you got Robert Hissong and Wesley Jeanette. Row 3, you have Paul Shaw and Juan Linares, 75 of Jason Blamille, and Ira Kohlhaas. Row 4, and rounding out your top 10, Derek Fye, and the 10 of Scott Stockel. I am genuinely surprised this guy's in the top 10. The amount of cautions we've seen I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's a puncher's chance here tonight. Again, 55 going to have control in the restart zone. Pace truck getting a lot of mileage on that thing tonight. .55 having control. Here we go.
Green flag.
Back to green flag action here at Charlotte. Oh, we've got more action.
Caution's out.
Another
Car going,
caution, and it looks like we have ourselves a fucking parking lot. Oh my God. Just crazy right now. You look at these cars that have gotten involved, and again, we'll go back and look through it, I guess. Derek Fye getting a little loose, snapping back. Mealy involved in this. Robertson got a little bit, but he got away. He got lucky this time. Looks like Jackson West involved. Nick Tirana. Just a lot of drivers in this one. Nathan Line, Dakota Collins, Matthew Fleming. I think I said that name. But it looks like everybody's getting through without too much of an issue. But yeah, that's where we stand. A little bit of a crazy night here for the Wise Owl Wash Cup Series. It's been quite the day.
What is wrong with you?
What? I said it was a crazy day. But nevertheless, we will make it through it, as we always do. But a real chance now for the front runners here. Meeks, his song, De Pasquale, Jeanette, Linares, Colhaas, Stockel, Blamille, Shaw, and Marshall to pull this one out. The fighter's chance here. Some of the drivers, looks like Austin Walton says, would had better luck at a demo derby. I mean, I don't know tonight. There's been a lot of banging. A lot of beating and banging. I'm sure tempers have flared. I'm glad. I debated on whether or not to have the voice chat for this. And I'm certainly glad I did not choose to do that. As we re-rack and get back to green flag action, Thomas Meeks is going to lead us off in that 55, and outside him is going to be the 29 of Robert Hissong, or should I say the inside. Row 2, you're going to have Wesley Jeanette in the 74 and the 1 of Johnny DePasquale. Row 3 of the 48 of Juan Linares and the 3 of Ira Kohlhaas. Row 4, you have the 10 of Scott Stockel and the 75 of Jason Blamille. And then row 5, rounding out your top 10, the 25 of Paul Shaw and the 7 of Kerwin Marshall. Where's my boy Ryan? He says, Ryan looks like he is out of position right now. I think he might be out of the race after all of the craziness that happened here tonight. I thought he got away clean. I might be wrong. Apologies for that. 55 leading us in the restart zone.
Green flag.
Getting back to work for the ISRL 200 with 17 laps to go.
I'm going to come.
We already have more crashing in the back, but it looks like everybody's going to be okay. These guys are just beating and banging with each other, which doesn't really need to happen. Sure, a lot of frustration. Tempers are flaring right now as we are trying to desperately get through this race. You hope for the sake of these guys there's not a lot of bad blood after this one. Thomas Meeks holding it down. He has about a car length and a half on the 74 of Wesley Jeanette. I think even iRacing, if they're calling the cautions tonight, they're just sick of it. They saw it, they're just like, we're just going to let it go. We need to get this in. 15 laps to go. Again, race 2 of 17. There is a lot of other chances, many chances left to make your mark on this season. Tonight is no different. Ira Kohlhaas in that Wrangler number 3. Try not to get Kohlhaas in trouble, my bad. Fantastic driver. Working his way up, trying to get a top 5. The 10 of Scott Stockel trying to change that. Cody Keller, good to see him out there. Trying to hold down a top 10, currently 10th right now in that heavy braking number 2. Joshua Purcell there, right there in 11th, trying to crack a top 10. And then Travis Stroney having a good night there in 12th. Looking back through the pack, seems like everybody has started to straighten themselves out, get spread out. Try to close this thing out on a high note. Who is going to challenge for the lead? Can Jeanette do it? Jeanette has been up front here most of the back half of this race. Has never really left it. Robert Hissong has been in some trouble, has persevered, so has Scott Stockel. Juan Linares, also one of those having to persevere. Closing in on a top 5 here tonight, trying to gain that ground right now. 10 laps to go here at Charlotte. The look at Jeanette. Jeanette's trying to turn it on here. He has a little bit of time yet. You don't want to do it too early. But if he's got any juice left, he's better start gearing up for it. Meeks has a good amount of ground on Jeanette. As long as he keeps his car straight, I think he's got this on lock. 6 laps to go. See if there's any intermittent battles right now. Paul Shaw is safe for the moment, but Travis Stroney trying to crack that top 10, and I know if he's got a shot, he's going to take it. And he's going to take it. 10th place is his. Fortson Poston behind him, although multiple laps down. Moving back up towards the front now, you see a little bit of a challenge here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 4 laps to go. Again, Meeks out in front, trying to bring home win number 1 for Flagship. And win number 1 on the season for Meeks. It'll be a fun podcast Wednesday if he's able to bring this one home. Three laps to go. Good battle here for 3rd between the 1 and the 29. That has started to shape itself out now. And now the 1 is under duress from the 75. Oh, and they bang doors. 2 laps to go. Half a second ahead. Your leader is Thomas Meeks, and he catches this white flag. This one's going to be in the bag. White flag coming out for the ISRL 200 at Charlotte for the Wise Owl Watch Cup Series. It is a track race. Jason Blamille now in the 75, passing everybody, moving up into 2nd. Coming out of 4, your winner is going to be Thomas Meeks in the Wheels America 55, bringing it home for Flagship Motorsports. And then Jason Blamille, Juan Linares, Robert Hissong, and Cody Keller rounding out your top 5. Again, there are your unofficial standings here for the night, the unofficial final standings. But what a win for Thomas Meeks. What that means for Flagship. 2 in the top 5 after a strong finish. Meeks, I'm sure, is excitedly going to burn this baby down. And we'll get in for post-race interviews in just a moment. Let's drag in Juan Linares. Juan, you got a copy?
I got you.
Juan, way to go, bringing it home in third. Had a great night in your first start for Season 3 here for Flemdogs Racing League. How'd you feel your night went in about 30 seconds or less?
I just try to push, try to get up there, top 3 and stuff. I definitely did not think I'd get a top 3, but made it work somehow.
Hey, that Lowe's 48 looked fashionably great here at Charlotte. Congratulations on a third place finish. A podium is what we would say. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I'll give a shout out to my teammates from Trash House Racing and my girlfriend for letting me race every Monday, every Tuesday that I have. And to you guys for the broadcast. Appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime, man. Hey, your old lady letting you off the hook. That's always a positive thing. Congratulations, man. Hopefully we'll see you here back next week at North Wilkesboro.
Appreciate it.
That was Juan Linares in the 48. Let's talk to now the 75 of Jason Blamille. Jason, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Jason coming home in second. Made that last second push, which was super awesome to see. Bringing it home in second place. How are you feeling after tonight at Charlotte?
Overall, I feel pretty good. You know, a little bit of a tight track tonight, but the key was, and I learned this the hard way after spinning myself out, exiting the corner, and plowing a new fresh stripe for the ground screw through the grass on the front stretch,
Yeah.
just to keep a steady foot, right, easy on the exits, save some tire, and that's what gave me some charge near the end.
Well, congratulations. And I got to ask you, how do you say your last name?
Blymel.
Blymel. Okay. Good to know. So Jason Blymel finishing second here in that 75 Haviland Chevrolet. Anybody you want to shout out to?
Quick shout out to family who tolerates me sitting in front of the sim on the daily, and shout out to this league.
Right on, right on. Well, Jason, congratulations. We'll see you here next week in North Wilkesboro.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too. Thank you. Again, 75 of Joseph Blymel. And the winner, the big wiener here tonight, Thomas Meeks III, coming through for the ISRL 200. Thomas Meeks, how you feeling, my guy?
Oh, that was exciting, wasn't it?
It was riveting.
Without the cautions. I mean, the last 15 laps finally went green. That's what I think was exciting.
Yeah.
I had to stay out on those old tires while everybody else pit. I had to take the chance. Luckily, it paid off on us.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of questioned it when that happened, but you know, that's why I'm in here in the booth, and that's why you're out on the track. I don't make those kind of managerial decisions. You do, and you have to do it. During the race, you have to kind of go how you feel and all of that. You know, for me, I would have went in on tires like with everybody else, but you know, you got the cojones, man. You got tires. Again, congratulations. You'll have plenty to talk about Wednesday night, by the way.
Yeah.
For sure.
Heavy braking podcast. Y'all tune in, and I'm going to talk all about myself, of course, and Cody Keller with another top 5. That's exciting.
Dude, he is going to roll his eyes. You guys are going to, play your own violins pretty heavily for the Heavy Braking Podcast. Joking aside, congratulations, man, on a victory. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to all the Flagship and Flemdogs teams. We got the Wise Owl Wash, of course. Independent Sim Racing League. I think they're the main sponsors of this race. So Brian Robertson, that whole crew. Appreciate them. Wheels America on this car. Of course, Wise Owl on the 16. And we got Flemdogs. Just awesome.
Well, again, congratulations.
And you.
That's okay. I know you appreciate it. So no worries, man. Congratulations on the victory. North Wilkesboro is on the docket for next week. Maybe you can run it back. Hopefully. Again, wonderful racing here tonight. Again, cautions aside, I think the racing was pretty good. Conclusion I would take is do not sell these guys just yet. These guys are a great group. And honestly, it's been a hell of a run here so far, 2 races in. Again, next week is going to be North Wilkesboro. Hopefully you'll be here for that. Again, thank you for watching the program. Can't do this without you. It does not work without everybody. Again, for Flemdogs Racing League, Wise Owl Wash Cup Series. Sponsors tonight, Independent Sim Racing League with Ryan Robertson and myself, Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat, wishing you a wonderful work week. We'll see you back here next Monday night for North Wilkesboro.